Hi, I'm Garadito, and today I'm going to talk about fighting in love. Fighting, particularly in a marriage, but it could be in a long-term relationship as well. You know, there are different levels of fighting. There's a kind of low-level squabbling that so many people have about, leaving some cereal out or, not picking something up or leaving the door open. And, they don't usually represent the kind of, fights where people are getting very emotional, very upset. Where any deep emotions are getting stoked. They're just, they're kind of squabbles, and life is going to be full of them. Any relationship is going to be full of them. But there are times, I'm not going to say in all relationships, but in many, when the fights reach a different kind of emotional pitch, where people start to feel that they're being attacked or abandoned, sometimes on a regular basis. What's interesting is that oftentimes the thing that's being fought about is the exact same thing in the other situation. It's about leaving some cereal out or a door open or whatever. Sometimes it's about something more serious, but oftentimes it starts out about something seemingly innocuous, but feelings get stoked really big. You might say out of proportion, but that's not really fair. So the question is why? Why does that happen? Well, relationships are based upon attachment when it comes to love, right? They're not based on profit like a business relationship. They're based on a desire to be accepted, a desire to be fulfilled, perhaps, a desire to know that somebody's there for them, that there's a certain kind of trust, a consistency, dependability. And just like a little baby that cries when they're feeling scared, when they're feeling threatened, we grown-ups tend to act out as well, but we act out in very different ways. Sometimes people will lash out and seem angry. Sometimes people might pull away, going in a different direction, even though they're still having the same emotion, the same feeling. How they're expressing it is different. Oftentimes, they don't even realize consciously that they're feeling that same type of threat of stability to the relationship, that same type of threat to the attachment, that same type of threat to the love. They just know that their partner is not respecting them or giving them what they feel they want or what's fair, and things begin to get out of hand. Now, this is obviously a big topic. I'm not going to be able to cover nearly everything in this short video, so I'm going to cover a little bit here, and I'm going to cover a little bit more in the next several videos to really give you a chance to digest and to learn and to grow along with it. One very common pattern is something I call the assassination tango. And that's because, in the tango dance, somebody's always moving forward while the other person is moving back. And sometimes they switch up, but still, someone's moving forward, someone's moving back. In the assassination tango, you have a pattern where one partner begins to lash out because they're upset about something. Something is unfair, something hurt them, and they lash out in a way. And maybe grows into the escalation, maybe it starts out that way. The point is that their partner then responds by pulling back, by pulling away. They don't want to deal with that. What does that mean then? Well, the partner who's hurt initially is going to start moving forward, attacking more. The other partner is going to start pulling back more and more, right? So instead of connecting, they're always keeping a distance. They're always keeping a distance. Attack, retreat, attack, retreat, attack, retreat. So I call it the assassination tango. Now, you're not going to be able to get out of that if that's your pattern just by watching this one video. But what is possible is to recognize that this kind of pattern is happening in your relationship. If it is, you should feel very good about knowing that it actually is fairly straightforward to resolve. I'm going to give you steps again in future videos, the next few weeks, as to how to deal with it. What you want to do right now is recognize whether you have a pattern that's like that. Do you and your spouse tend to have, fights where there's a lot of deep feeling, a lot of sense of hurt, and a sense of somebody retreating all the time? Whether it's you retreating or your partner retreating, someone's lashing out, someone's retreating. Someone's lashing out or making a demand, the other person is retreating. If that's what you guys are doing, you're in the assassination tango. And the good news, again, is that if you can recognize that, then you can know that you're just playing a pattern subconsciously over and over and over again. And by learning how to deal with that core issue, then we can break that dance, come together, stay together, and heal the whole thing. So stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to try to actually put it out in just a couple of days. Normally I put these videos out about once a week, but because of the nature of this topic, I'm going to try to put them out every couple of days so that you don't have to wait so long for the next bit of information. So Life is an adventure. Marriage is maybe the biggest adventure that we can have in life. It can be incredibly fulfilling and incredibly frustrating, often at the same time. So my best advice to you right now is to simply embrace that. And if you stick with it, you work with me, work on your marriage, it'll definitely get better, it'll grow, and you're going to be glad that you did. So if you're interested in more information in my training programs or coaching with me one-on-one, again, you can check me out at guyardito.com. Otherwise, until next time, remember, life is an adventure. Live in love.